Our third mother is an exceptional, extraordinary woman by the name of Hannah. Elkanah was her husband, and he had 2 wives, Hannah and Peninnah. And honestly, you know what, family? I don't know. The sister-wife story, it didn't work, in my opinion, in the Bible, because there was always drama, and it would definitely not work today. Right, family? None of us women would put up with another wife living in the home. Absolutely no way. But in those days, they did. So Hannah and Peninnah were the 2 wives. But Peninnah had children, and Hannah had none. And in those days, women who couldn't bear children, they were considered to be sub-female, unable to fulfill their divine purpose on the earth. So in those days, they felt that you had to have children. That was the will of God. Of course, it's the will of God for us to have children today, but they kind of put such a lot of pressure on the woman in those days to have children. Peninnah, she kept on provoking and mocking Hannah. I can just imagine her saying, I've got children, you've got no children. My children are playing and you've got no children to play with. And so Hannah must have felt very insecure. She must have felt very unworthy. She must have felt like deep personal pain. She insecure from all the mocking. And many might say that Hannah had a raw deal in life. Do you feel that you've been handed a raw deal in life? But rather than allowing her pain to cause her bitterness and resentment and anger towards God, Hannah used the pain in her heart as motivation to pray. What a huge life lesson right there. We can take our pain and use it as a motivation to pray. And she developed a very deep and intimate relationship with the Lord. And the Bible tells us that Hannah wept much and she prayed to the Lord. 1 Samuel 1:11 says, and she made a vow, saying, Lord Almighty, if you will only look on your servant's misery and remember me, and forget not your servant, but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life. And she was praying earnestly, and as she was praying, Eli, the priest, came along, and he thought she was drunk. And he said, are you drunk? And she said, no, I'm just pouring out my heart before the Lord out of such grief and anguish. So, you know what, when we go before God and we just open our hearts and we tell God how we are feeling, like she said, remember your servant's misery and remember me. God will always remember us, girls. And so Eli told her to go in peace and said, may the Lord grant you what you have asked for. The Bible tells us that when she got up, she left the temple. She believed that God had heard her. She believed it was a done deal. So guess what? Because she had faith and she believed God, her countenance